cash flow is more important than cash grow. In this video, I'm going to show you why it's more important to live rich now than it is to hopefully get rich later, and how to do it. So why am I even talking about this? Because so many people have these erroneous ideas. In fact, most of the things that we learn most of our lives about money are all a lie. You wonder why you're struggling. You're 30 years old, you're 40 years old, you're 25 years old, you're 35, 45, 55, 65, 75 years old, and you're still struggling financially. And people talk about having goals. Well, you never wrote down, I want to be struggling my whole life, so why are you doing it? The reason you're struggling your whole life is because you've been taught to believe that something is true that is actually not even close to true. And that is that we should live our life for one day instead of living our life today. And by the way, I believe in delayed gratification. I believe one of the biggest common denominators of success in life is the ability to delay gratification. So I'm not talking about that cash grow or cash accumulation is a bad idea because somehow waiting is a terrible thing. Waiting can be a good thing. But what are you doing while you're waiting? See, a lot of people's hope for one day I'll have enough money that I won't have to do anything anymore. Which is, I mean, think about it. Like, why do you desire to retire? Don't tell me you desire to retire just because that's what I've always wanted to do. No, you haven't. Because when you were born, you didn't want to do it. When you were 3, you didn't want to retire. When you were 5, you didn't want to retire. So where did the idea come from? You weren't born with the idea, man, one of these days I want to have enough money so I don't have to do anything anymore. What would you do if you get rich? You know what most people say? Well, what I would do is I wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't do anything. Think about that. Well, I wouldn't do what I'm doing now. Then why are you doing what you're doing now? Because somebody told you that you have to suffer through existence behavior so that hopefully one day you can have an experience of living instead of an experience of just existing. And you bought into that. Because that's what everybody was saying. Your teachers were saying it, your professors were saying it, your parents were saying it, your boss is telling you that. Everybody's telling you that someday is more important than today. Well, in a lot of ways that's true. Like when it comes to my habits, like living for the long term makes more sense. Like if I am willing to sacrifice today on the altar of tomorrow, my tomorrow is going to be better than my today. Are y'all tracking? When it comes to my health,